Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. Happy Friday to you all. Is it Friday? Yes, it is. Happy Friday to you all. We've got, 2-3 hours left until the transfer market ends. I'm expecting something else. I think something else is going to happen. It might be a free agent, and if it is a free agent, of course, the free agent market doesn't end at midnight, so we could still buy free agents tomorrow or the day after, because it doesn't end at midnight. I know, as a matter of fact, confirmed by Gianluca Di Marzio, that Roma want to add another centre-back to their squad after the Kevin Danso deal unluckily collapsed, may I add. It's been some hectic 24 hours. I filmed a reaction video this morning. I was genuinely exhausted. Yesterday, before going to bed, the apocalypse happened in Roma's transfer market. Kevin Danso collapsed, Salamakers Tammy modes of the operation change, and then Jallo signs in, and then today, Jallo is having extra medical checkups to check that everything is all good. But then at the same time, we've bought Konè, here we go, Manu Kone, new Roma player, and adding on to this, Hummels and Bade from Seville or other players which Roma want to try and add. It's hectic, it's chaotic, and it's very confusionary. Let's break everything through in this little live stream, the last live stream before the transfer window ends. Of course, I'm also going to give a little comment on the Europa League draw, new format, teams, impressions, and initial thoughts of a tournament which I want to win. A tournament which I want to win. Where do we start? First of all, if everybody in the stream can hit the like, it would be great. So please do hit the like if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Also, Bove leaving the club. I'm not a fan of that. I was never a fan of it. Whenever the rumors came out, I'm definitely not a fan of Bove leaving. I can understand it, because when a player doesn't kind of fit in the way a manager wants to play, then unfortunately there is no way through it. But I just feel like the Bove episode really further emphasizes the incoherence at this football club. It further suggests that I think a lot of the main components of this team are confused. A lot of them are forced to make decisions which ultimately, deep down, I don't think they want to make. And I don't think this is good. But yeah, I am going to start off with Manu Kone. I am not going to waste time on Kevin Danso and Thiago Jallo. If you want to know my opinion on those two deals, then make sure to go watch the reaction video with me and all the fire coming out of my head thumbnail that I posted today at lunchtime. I'm going to keep it shorter, and let's get straight on the point. Manu Kone. This is a really good signing. It's not very often that after signing, I'm very excited, because we had great signings over the past seasons, but we've also had very bad ones. This is a great signing. I see a lot of positivity around this signing. I also see some problems around it. The number one problem is that a signing like this should have never happened the 30th of August, but it should have happened probably a month ago. Of course, due to the financial situation, and probably also due to the fact that the Danso deal collapsed. It made us want to push the deal through and accelerate the competition that Milan and the pressure that Milan were also showing on him. I really like him. I really, really liked him, because he is the player that can change your midfield. He is the player that De Rossi ball and De Rossi tactics and De Rossi system needs to make it function well. Because he's somebody who runs the game. And when I mean running the game, I said this yesterday, somebody who gets the ball and runs with it. That is something that none of our midfielders do. And it's something that, it looks like light in the middle of a tunnel for us, because he's a player with certain characteristics that this team has lacked over a lot of time. And I'm really excited about this signing, because for once, it could be the signing that could bench Cristante, or in some occasions also Pellegrini. One of the reasons why a lot of the hate and a lot of the divisions and a lot of the unpopularity is going on around Pellegrini and Cristante is because there is nobody in this team, and we don't have anybody in this team who can bench them. I think one of the reasons why we are forced in starting with them is because nobody from the bench can come in and be better than a Cristante or a Pellegrini, which shows their squad depth has been pretty bad for a couple of seasons. So this is a revolutionary signing. The way I see this is a signing that had to happen last year. This is a signing that had to happen definitely not on deadline day. Because, it's going to take time for him to start games. It's going to take time for him to adapt, orientate, and ultimately get what De Rossi wants. Which, if he had stepped in a month ago, then on Sunday against Juventus, he could have started. But now, of course, he won't start. And we are forced to start with Cristante again on Sunday against the Juventus side, who's a very fast side with Thiago Motta, and a team which has midfielders that will melt Cristante apart. So, these are all the problems with deadline days. There's a lack of programming, a lack of organization. I really, I don't want to give a negative impression. I'm the first one here who says to everybody, let's be quiet and celebrate and support the team, because that is what us need to do. That's the only thing we need to do. And we'll be there. We'll support and celebrate and be positive minded. But some things, one of the things which I think we do really well on Roma Theory is say the truth. And the truth here is that this summer we've not been programming it well, and we've not been organized, because a well-programmed and organized team doesn't get 3 signings done on deadline day. We got 3 signings done on deadline day. Konè, Salamakers, and ultimately we're going to get a new one, according to Di Marzio. A new centre-back after Danso collapsed. A team which knows what it's doing, a team which has a project to follow, a team which is programming and has been programming in future seasons, and the transfer market does not buy 3 different players on deadline day. So, the problem with this deal is the timing of it. In terms of the player, I'm really excited by the possibility of seeing him. Another great thing about him is that he's had, unlike many other players that we've bought and we've been linked with, he is somebody who is skyrocketing with his career. He was a nobody a few years ago, and he just got a call up for the French national team for this international break. He won he didn't win because Spain won it. He got second. He was one of the main players in that French Olympic team. I know Olympic games and football don't really match together, but still, he commanded, he bossed that midfielder, that midfield, and that is what we need. Our midfield is weak, our midfield is slow, our midfield doesn't run back. We need somebody who's agile, and we needed somebody who has these characteristics ages ago, and I'm very happy that we've got it sorted now. Of course, may I add, before celebrating, let's hope that he passes his medicals. Yes, let's put a full stop on this. Before celebrating, just like we do with Danso, let's pray the Lord that tonight he passes the medical checkups, because if tomorrow morning I wake up and I read that Manu Kone deal has been collapsed, I'm quitting. So, yeah, never celebrate too early, they said. You're absolutely right. Don't get my high hopes up. Until I see him with the Roma kit, I'm not going to celebrate. So that's that. Right. Of course, for every good news, there's a bad news. And according to me, the bad news is Bove leaving. I'm going to share a little comment on this, and then I'm going to share a little comment on the Europa League draw, and then I'm going to wrap it up. In the meantime, there's quite a lot of you in. If everybody in the stream could hit the like down below, literally takes 3 seconds. If you can hit it down below, it would massively support this specific video and this channel a lot. So please do it and subscribe if you haven't already. Bove. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of Bove leaving, because you know me, I love Bove. I got his kit last season. I think Bove was a machine. Not a machine, let's not overhype ourselves. was somebody who gave it its all best in this team. And I think out of all the players that we have now, not many, not many players give their best. And I think in a bunch of players where the majority of them don't care, Bove was a gem in this. Bove was a humane person, gave it its all best, breathed these colours, spat blood and sweat every time he was on the pitch. It is clear that De Rossi doesn't rate him. It is clear that with De Rossi, he was not going to get any game time. And look, at the end of the day, if a manager doesn't want a player and doesn't see a lot in the player, there is really nothing that we can do. And it's not this which I criticize, because every manager has its own opinions. The one thing that I criticize, however, is somebody please explain to me. Now, again, it feels like I am bulleting Cristante in these last couple of days. Reality is, I have really given up on him. Somebody please explain to me how Cristante still has a place in this team and players like Bove are unfortunately being kicked out. I find that, more than gutted by myself and fuming, I find that genuinely unfair. I'm going to try and refrain myself on this Cristante. Let's call it hate, even though I don't think it's hate, it's criticisms. If we don't like Cristante, and if we want to step up from Cristante, why do we always keep him? Because his wages are high. Yes, that's the truth. But the thing is, which makes it even more disappointing to me, is the incoherence. I hate incoherence. I know I always refer back to this term because I hate incoherent people. I just hate incoherence. And I hate this because there was a press conference, I remember this very well, when all of that Calafiori hype was going on at the end of the season. I remember there was a press conference where De Rossi said, we need to learn and stop giving these young players away so easily. One thing that will improve with me as a manager will be this concept of not selling young players, not making the Calafiori mistake again. This is the Calafiori mistake all over again, if you ask me. Now again, people will argue that Bove isn't that technically gifted, and I agree. But Bove isn't shit. Bove isn't as shit as some subhuman Roma fans tend to describe him. Because they're, shit players or other players. Bove is a very useful player. So, to go from, let's not make this mistake, to, let me sell Bove. You see, things don't match up together. Now again, I'm not the manager. I don't decide if Bove stays. I can give opinions. If De Rossi doesn't like Bove, then of course, and if De Rossi would have preferred a player like Konè, of course, sell one to buy one. Yes. But it's just this concept of saying things and never respecting them, which I am really fed up of. I am really fed up of this concept of, everything is good, don't worry, we're not going to make the Calafiori mistake again. But yet every season we make it. It's a loan, I know it's a loan, but if Bove plays 60% or more games with Fiorentina, it becomes a permanent move. Now, is he going to play 60% or more? I don't know. He could, because Fiorentina don't have a great midfield, so he could. And if he does, then it's a permanent move, and he won't come back to Rome. Yeah, that's my opinion on Bove. But again, I wish him all the best, just like I do wish all the best with Tammy. Oh, by the way, I just realised, please don't mind that. I am completely refurbishing my room, and they came in this morning to get the wardrobes out. So for the next couple of weeks, unfortunately, you will have to see my clothes in that wardrobe and my books over there, because the wardrobes are not there anymore. So apologies on that. Right, and then the last thing, Europa League draw, new format. I ain't gonna lie, it took me 25 minutes to understand what the hell my head was watching on that TV tonight. today when the Europa League draw was going on. At a certain point, it felt like optical illusions. At a certain point, it felt like a snakes and ladder table. I was like, why are all of these teams appearing? Why are more than one team appearing at the same time? It took me a bit to understand the new format. But basically, Roma, who's in pot 1, needs to play 8 games. It's a table. It's a total table. Everybody's in the same table. Everybody plays 8 games. 1 to 8 go through to the round of 16. 8 to 25 play the playoffs. 25 to 36 or eliminated. That is as easy as it gets. Roma played 2 teams in pot 1, 2 teams in pot 2, 2 teams in pot 3, 2 teams in pot 4. Eintracht Frankfurt and Spurs in pot 1, Sparta Braga and AZ Alkmaar in pot 2, Dynamo Kiev and Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium in pot 3, and Athletic Club of Bilbao and Elfsborg in pot 4. Very interesting. I'm not a fan of this because it's a lot of games and we do not have a good enough squad to resist all of these games. But I ain't going to lie, I like the fact that we're playing more interesting games starting from the beginning, because as much as I really want to win the Europa League, I really had enough of playing against HJK Helsinki yet another time. So it's more exciting, playing Eintracht and playing Spurs and playing Athletic Bilbao is more exciting on a fan point of view. Better content on Roma Theory, of course, better match reactions and better talks, better football talks, let's be honest. I'd rather do a match preview on Roma against Spurs than Roma against Ludogorets Razgrad. I'm going to be very honest with you. So on this point of view, I'm happy to kind of face better teams, test their quality, lose, win or draw. We'll see what happens. I also think it allows, I'm going to try and go to a few of these away games because, a big surprise is coming. But, a sponsor, let's call it. I can't reveal anything, but a sponsor might be helping me get tickets from now on. So I could actually go to quite a few of these, not quite a few, because I'm at uni. I got to concentrate on that as well. But I'm aiming to do at least 1 European away day. Maybe even 2 this year. Mark that on the Roma Theory agenda 2024-2025. I also like this because we face a lot of different teams in terms of culture, football culture, fan base, ultras, hooligan culture, player talent. I feel like it's very versatile. For example, we play Spurs in an incredible stadium because we play Spurs in London, and then we play Eintracht Frankfurt at home, and Eintracht Frankfurt have got, some very, very, very extremist hooligans, so the stadium vlog could get more interesting. And then we could go to the Netherlands and play AZ Alkmaar, Dynamo Kiev, all of the culture of football. So I like the versatility. I like I think the draw is not too bad. I think we're not the best team because I think Spurs are the best team at time of speaking, but we're definitely the second best team in that section. I don't think it's going to take a lot of effort. It is, but I don't think it's going to be impossible to go through to the next round. I like how we're playing a lot of different things, a lot of different teams to each other. The games that I'm the most looking forward to are probably 3. Eintracht Frankfurt at home, I think it's going to be fun. Eintracht Frankfurt is a team which, of course, won the Europa League 3 years ago. So, again, it's going to be a tough game. I'm also very excited. Spurs away, it's a fun game. It's going to be a fun watch. Son, and then, they've got, who do they have? Ange Ball, incredible ground the Spurs stadium is, travelling to London, really cool away game. Yeah, I like that. But I must be honest with you, the most exciting game of our group stage, let's call it, even though it's not a group stage anymore, is Athletic Club de Bilbao. Now, I probably said this already on a live stream, but if you don't know, maybe I've said it already. If you know me well, you know how much I respect Athletic Club de Bilbao. Athletic Club de Bilbao is my second team after Roma for various different reasons. I admire the Basque culture. Like, the amount of respect that the Basque culture has from me is immense. The Basque people, the Basque population, the Basque feeling and the Basque culture is incredible to me. I was in Bilbao literally a few months ago to do a volunteering project. I have been in the Bilbao Stadium. It's a fortress. It's the cathedral of Spanish football. El San Mamés. And luckily we're playing Bilbao at home. I would have loved for Roma to play at San Mamés. But hey, Europa League final is in San Mamés. Book your tickets. We'll be there. So yeah, I'm so excited. I was in Bilbao. I met so many good people from Bilbao themselves who support Athletic Club de Bilbao. It's just such a good team. I've got so much respect for it. But the most important reason is because, we all know that Athletic Club de Bilbao only plays, like the players who are Athletic Club de Bilbao players, or players who are either directly coming from their youth setup or Basque players themselves. Like, there is no player in that team who Athletic Bilbao buy who isn't Basque or isn't a player who has come from the youth setup. And I find that incredible because with such a traditional philosophy, they won the Copa del Rey last season. They're a really good team. San Mamés is a fucking fortress of Spanish football. And they keep on grinding results with such a restricted and traditionalist view. Athletic Bilbao is a team which I respect so much. And I am so glad that we're facing each other. I would have loved Roma to go and travel to San Mamés. But maybe we'll be there for the Europa League final. But I'll be very, very, very curious to document the Roma Athletic Bilbao game at home. Because, I really, 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 really respect them. Right, that's basically all I need to say on the Europa League draw. The Europa League draw, I think our Europa League starts the 25th of September. Fixture dates are coming out tomorrow, so we'll see what the dates and times we will be playing. Let me read a few players and then I'm going to head off. Bove leaving before Cristante, Paredes and Pellegrini is what's actually wrong with this club. Bove is a loan, but it could become a permanent move if he plays 60% or more games. Ti devo scrivere in italiano, posso in italiano. Come vuoi, anche in italiano. Boring draw overall, wished for Mu or Man. Yeah, I would have loved Mourinho back at the Olympico, but you never know, we could face him after. I don't think it's a bad draw. I don't think it's a boring one. I think good teams. Good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Elfsborg away. Elfsborg away is that classic game where Roma could easily lose 6-1, just like we did with Bodo Glimt. Swedish team. Imagine we play there the 30th of January, freezing cold. Nobody wants to go there. Elfsborg Roma has the potentials of being the new Bodo Glimt. I'm warning you in advance. Cristante on the bench finally. Final boss medical, of course, still ahead. Salamaker's official announcement. Thank you very much for letting us know. I am a Seattle fan, but I love your channel. However, we still don't have a fullback for starting quality. Chilik stinks and Saud is decent. Love it, mate. Shout out to you and Seattle. Unfortunately, I don't think we are going to get a new right back because transfer market ends in a bit, and unless it's a free agent. But yeah. Oshrawi maybe to Atalanta. No, I don't think it's going to happen. Stay behind the manager indeed. We still need right back and left wing badly, but not getting them. Zalifod are going to keep torturing us unless Salamakers is good and can play 90 minutes every game. I think Salamakers has the potential of being a starting player in this team, especially if Didio wants to play with wingers. And, El Sharawi always, once in a while, has a fitness issue, so he could be a starting player. Wesley Gasova joins Al Nassr, another wasted talent. Bove is better than Cristante. When Didio first came, I was really expecting Bove to get a lot of minutes and develop as a player. It's a shame to see him get moved. I fully agree with you. I was also expecting it. Alexis beat in the final boss. Cristante should be used as the backup centre-back. Oh yeah, Nico Williams though. Chilik against Nico Williams, will be there. Saud Abdulhamid against Nico Williams. Saud, you've got him in his pockets, mate. I trust you. Bilbao is a good team indeed. Bilbao is a very passionate team. You know, they play for the badge like they've never done before. I hope for the best for Salah. Juve on Sunday. Yeah, match preview tomorrow. Match preview tomorrow. Right, I'm going to catch you. The only way it will be Juventus is if they start their bench players or they underestimate us. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see us winning there either. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to catch you tomorrow with a match preview. Don't forget to hit the like if you haven't already. In the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on Manu Kone, on the Europa League draw, and on Eduardo Bove. Please do hit the like if you're watching live or not. Everybody in the stream, take 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to do it, and you've got no idea how much it supports us. You really don't. So yeah, do it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. Have a good evening, and Roma female team is on Derby, so hopefully we win. Good luck to the female squad. I mean, they are currently playing right now, so what's the result? They're winning. Lazio merda. Even in the women team, Lazio merda. Right, talk to you soon. Simo, out.